or something along those lines. Let's head over to YouTube or Twitch and see how it looks real quick before we get into it. See if I can see myself online here. How am I doing microphone wise? How loud is this? Is this okay? I don't know. Okay. Alright, let me edit the mic gain. Like this, maybe. Alright, let's see how this is. Is this any better? Is this good? Sounds decent. I'm doing a stream playback, so we're going to mute this, close down Twitch, and hey guys, welcome back to another live stream. I've been having microphone issues, so I thought I'd fix it with this live stream, so I know any future videos I make over the coming couple of weeks will be a lot better with audio quality. But I have a shift at 5. It is currently 1:45. But I've kind of not done a live stream in a while, so we're going to do a live stream, and we're going to be working on where have I been? I think I've been at Garrigal this whole the last couple days. I think no, Gleeland. We're currently in Gleeland, right? Isn't that what this is? Yeah. So we're currently in Gleeland. So let me get myself over here real quick, and then I'll pop up chat, webcam. We still have this. We still have this fleet command, which, I mean, I guess actually ends today. So we're actually just gonna close this. No one played, unfortunately. So, other than myself. So it was kind of unfortunate that no one really supported us at all. But I digress. Let me close Steam and don't import. So. Broken file that I'll have to fix at some point in time. But excuse me. All right, so now since I'm finally done sneezing, we can get to work here. So, if I remember correctly, the only thing I've done so far with Garrigal, and make sure this is to make current, is doors and landscape. So all the doors are in, landscaping is done here, so I can do that. So now I just gotta get to content browser. I can see. So make sure I get that up. Then we're gonna have to try and find the beds. We're gonna have to go to this folder. So, okay, so we're gonna start with this house right here. And this room. Alright, so I guess that doesn't really matter what side. I guess we can do this side right here. So let's bring a bed. Like so. Good to go. Never checked out the file. Hold on, I forgot to check out the file. We got the source control working, so now I gotta like check things out. So let me Okay. Hold on. I gotta reconnect the source control. There we go. And now I should be able to check out Gleeland and also just check out the main map. I don't have to, but it's just kind of good practice too. I haven't set this up on Michael's computer yet, so it's not like there's going to be any issues with me checking out a file. Which is kind of why I just check out the main file. But another thing that you see up here, multi-user browser. I added the plugin to add multiple users, so Michael and I can be in the same session working together. As well, if we're like collectively working on the same town, which we're gonna start doing that here soon to try and improve this. But this also helps for any contractors we'll have in the future. But yeah, just been testing that. I need to get a version of this onto my Mac so I can test that out, because I also do want to try and see if I can get a Mac variant of the game, just so there more people can use it, but we'll have to see. But anyway, back over here. If we get I'm gonna move my mic back. Can I move my mic back a little bit? Okay. Yeah, definitely need to get a new mic stand for this new desk setup, because at some point I'll be getting the Shure SM7B, because that's a great microphone to use, and also going to have a new monitor stand as well, so that my mouths will be risen up more. So, two other things that we'll be looking into, and I actually just might show you guys this. So I'll actually do this off screen here real quick. Let it load on the top screen while I look for where those nightstands are. Here it is. Boom. And now, candle, like so. Put it on the end over here. I don't know. I guess that looks good. Oh. Let's now, since that's done, let me see if I can try and find. So instead of having my two monitors right here and one on top, I'm actually switching to a 3 monitors side by side sort of deal, like so. So this is what my monitors will look like. Obviously, I have 3 identical, well, somewhat identical 27-inch 4K monitors. They're all the same make, but like the model number is different. Like one's like a UE70, and 2 are UE70s, one's a UE90, which I don't understand the difference because they're both exactly the same. They're all 4K 60 hertz monitors, but so having that will engulf the better half of this side. Because I don't have a tape measure somewhere. Right. So these monitors from stand to stand is 26 inches. So if we just do this and do 26x3 is 78 inches. So if we go to the desk that is down here, we're gonna keep that 78 inches in mind. Almost covers this whole entire back wall, which is a-okay. You know what I mean? Make this a little bit bigger. Because we're not having this part right here. So it covers 78 inches, which pretty much just leaves this and this. Which I'm kind of wondering if that's going to cause an issue. I don't know if I'm going to be keeping, if I'll actually be getting this. So I'm going to be like using this old stand to start. Because I am like pretty used to this, so I might just try and find one like this. But I just kept one like that one in my list of office redesign stuff, along with new speakers to try and figure that stuff out. But there's some other stuff. I changed the racks that we're getting again because I made a design flaw. So this is the new SysRacks 22 unit 35 inch deep that we're going to be getting probably towards the end of the year. I don't know when we're gonna do this. Right now, my plan is to get the networking rack spray painted and up in this wall, or like measure out how far this will be. So apparently this is 30. Apparently this is 3 feet. I don't know if that's actually true. I don't know if it counts the ceiling plus this. So it also doesn't have specific. Just says it doesn't say how tall it is, which I really need to know how tall this thing is. Product info. Yeah. Um, but yeah, so this is the rack because I actually have a brand new rack enclosure here. So we're gonna open up both actually. So let's move this. We'll close all of these. So we're gonna take a quick break from Crewin real quick. Not that we really started anything, but so this is a 22 unit rack right here. This is a rough draft, but I'm planning on having the 2U HP JBOD that we currently have over here on the top with my current Hyper-V server, the DL380 Gen 9. I'm planning on getting another DL380 Gen 9, or another JBOD that will connect to the existing. But I'm running out of CPU cores on here, and I've already got like the top CPUs for this for that server, core wise. So I'm kind of unsure how that's gonna work. And then we have a custom 4U version control server that is gonna have like 150 terabytes space. This will be for all of our projects, and obviously it will be rated. And it's gonna be like a regular computer, so it'll probably be like it's probably gonna be like a 3rd generation Ryzen with, obviously it doesn't need a GPU, so it's gonna make sure that whatever Ryzen CPU it has, it does have integrated graphics, and so will the board, and it'll be probably software rated with Windows, just because it'll be easier for me to just expand it than like getting a battery, having to rebuild everything. It won't decrease downtime. My computer, when I get it in the rack, that 4U RM45 or whatever that server chassis was, a Raspberry Pi cluster. So the point of this cluster is that they're all going to be holding the connectors for TwinGate, which if you go to Network Chuck's channel and look at the VPNs are dead video, you'll see what TwinGate is, and it's actually how I was introduced to TwinGate, and it does work pretty well. I only have one connector active though, so the speeds are essentially the exact same as VPN, but if you have like 4 or 5, it's supposed to be a lot quicker because it can take your data stream, so and then split it up into 5 different connectors, so it's not as congested into one, hopefully making your speed faster and also having your just what you can do more as well. So that's the plan with that. My Home Assistant server, I don't know if I'm going to have that on here or if it'll just be on my computer. So this might be I was thinking about just having like some 1U server, like a DL3. I was actually thinking about getting one of my old servers from the shed and putting it in here, because if I just upgrade that a little more, it'll probably hold that Home Assistant server. And then I have, I believe, 4 units of 3, 4, 5, and 6. Just gonna have like a plate on it. There's gonna be nothing there. That's supposed to be for another, or a potential another JBOD or 2, since I'm looking at one that's 2 units. They're 2.5-inch JBODs. So I was actually thinking about having all the JBODs up here and moving all of these down 4, and then the final 2 are supposed to be a UPS for battery backup. So that is my current plan for the future. So obviously I already have a JBOD, I already have the DL380 on Gen 9, so pretty much anything from 18 to 1 is going to be empty. But this is the overall idea for everything. And I have a server in here already. Hold on a second. Let me look at something. How do I use this server? To you? To you server? I already have 2U units. So I mean, I might just make a video of me working on this version control server, but I already have a 2U unit that already is almost an essential complete build. I already have I already have a low profile cooler that works in there, power supply. Literally, the only thing I need to do is get a new CPU, a motherboard that is a little more powerful, and figure out. I think there's 4 or 5 hard drives, so I think I might have to get like 5 14 terabyte hard drives. Might be the best way for me to go. I think I actually have a PC part. So I already have like a PC part picker list up, and I know I'm going off board here, but so like this current build is 1681 because there's some things here that don't have any prices. So, but obviously I was gonna be using an Intel Core i5 13500 build, 14 cores, because the more cores the better for these. But I have these 1, 2, 3, 4 14 terabyte hard drives and a terabyte M.2 for what's it called? For boot. But I do have this RSV 4200U server. It's a 4U server, which was the reason why I was going to be getting this replacing the server altogether. Come on, really? Why are you doing this to me, Google? I can probably close the P4 admin. I've never seen this freeze up like this before. Okay, let's try it again. Not incognito. Alright, it's just not opening up entirely. Like, my computer is like... What is going on? There we go. Hey, got it. There we go. Okay, so... I don't know why I have 64 gigs of RAM on this. Oh, right, because that was the overall plan. If you actually go into the... What's it called? I guess you can call it the documentation, I guess, of... Shoot, where was I at? You go into documentation of pre-force, per-force, however you say it. It gave you like a little equation of how much RAM to use, which I can actually try and see if I can pull it back up. See if I can find it. See manuals. Helix Core Quick Start Guide, or I think it's maybe this, or the Helix Core Administration Guide. This one. Here we go. Planning the installation, requesting a license. Okay, so we don't need to do this part. So we have network. That's fine. CPU. Wrong. Memory. All right, so here we go. Found you. So let me close these two. All right, so multiply the number of licenses. Multiply the number of licensed users by 64 megabytes of RAM. So for having 5 users, so we'll actually get a calculator out. So right now our maximum is a 5 users, so it's gonna be me, Michael, and then 3 contractors, or throw like 3 contract users that can access at once. So times that by 64. So 320 megabytes of RAM is the minimum to have of an empty depot with that amount. So if we go to here, now can we see how many files are on here? Or can we? Actually, it might be easier just to open up this. All right, we gotta see how many files found you. So 61,294 files. So if we close this, and I'm just gonna use my phone for this part, just so we can show, because I might actually not need that many, but it's supposed to be for multiple projects, so who knows. All right, so we have 5,689 times it by 1.5 kilobytes. So, hold on. 1.5 KB times. Oh, I wasn't even doing the right one. So it's a 61,294. All right, so I don't know if I did this right, but apparently I only need a 0.4 gigabytes of RAM. So I can probably change this down to like a 32 gig of like some high capacity DDR4. Make sure it's dual channel and make sure it's at least 3600. Yeah, like let's see, like what's the highest speed? DDR 5000? DDR4, really? Well, obviously, I want something by Corsair or because I usually just use Corsair for everything here. So we have some DDR 4000 right here that we can grab for 114, 9 nanosecond latency, CAS 18. Apparently, I can get some DDR4 at 5133. I don't know. Oh, let's head back one. So DDR4 4000. So let's just add that instead. Bring our total down a little bit. Actually, I have an idea here. I have a great idea. What I want to do, since I mean this does count as a casual work stream, but I could take this 2-unit server that was supposed to be for Helix back in the day off the rack, which is kind of dangerous because I don't really have anything to support the 8-port PoE switch, but whatever. And we can kind of just go through that list and see what we actually need. I'm pretty sure I have a 750 watt power supply in there, which might actually make it so that I don't have to get another power supply. Because I'm pretty sure I got a Be Quiet one, I think, or it might be an older Corsair. I kind of gotta start taking stuff apart anyway because of getting the network rack anyway. Because the plan is to get everything from the network side over here. I'll actually just make it myself just a camera for now. So my plan is to get everything from network rack over here, and then just take everything of the server rack out and just place it down here until I get the rack, so I can scrap this rack quicker so I can get the new desk. So, I mean, technically, anything that is not being used or underutilized, essentially was just going to start taking down over the next couple days and starting to reroute wires over here just because I wanted to save some time doing this. And I don't think I can. Can I do this like this? Yeah. So I'm going to over here doing this now. So like I'm taking apart this 2U server, and I also have this old HP Pro Curve switch that I ended up not using that I am going to decommission as well. I have 4 Dell 10 gigabit SFP modules right here that were just sitting in there, which will help when I get the new servers. Let's play like that for a second. Now, let's try and put it back up. Get the last one out. Got it out. Alright. Ugh. Alright, looks like I do have a Be Quiet in here. At least by the looks of it. So I should just be able to. Yeah, just like that. Boom. Oh, no, it's a gigabyte 700 watt power supply, which should just be fine because this is only supposed to take 300 watts, and I have looks like this was 4. This is only 4 slots for these hard drives. It looks like, but obviously that means the power supply we can actually knock out because we already have it. I don't have the mounting hardware for a Intel system for this cooler that I have, so we'll have to get another cooler unless I go AMD, which actually this might be easier. Well, actually no, it wouldn't be easier. Still don't have a mounting hardware for it. So this is a AMD FX CPU. I don't see what the exact model is. It has 8 gigs of DDR3 RAM. So obviously some of this can be repurposed. Only the hard drive, only this power supply actually. But at least it makes things a little bit cheaper. Because I opened this power supply new. It's an older one. It's a it's a semi-modular power supply though, so that kind of makes things nice. And then just the thing of 700 watts, so it's 50 watts less, which is okay. So obviously, I would still probably end up getting this. And I don't think we actually ever opened it up because that's one we accidentally pressed print instead of go to. So let me just bring myself back in game here. So this is the new one that we're gonna be getting for the version control system. It has 14 bays, so I can have up to like 14 terabytes. So let's like 14 times 14, 196 terabytes theoretically. Which I don't know if that's even the highest capacity it goes to. Yeah, so like we can get like 22 terabytes or 20, but 14 seems to be the sweet spot for a semi-decent price of 160 bucks a piece. So that's what I'm doing because $100 less is a terabyte. So this is pretty good. And also these are data center drives that are supposed to be running 24/7. So I'm actually not using consumer grade products for a server for once in my dang life. But yeah, it looks like this can only fit four hard drives, so obviously we can salvage the power supply. We'll need new RAM. We have some thermal paste in here. The Intel CPU, which is decent. I don't know if we can try and find a at least a 10-core CPU from a AM or Intel or AMD. I don't know why I can't show. Oh, actually, no. If I get rid of the compatibility filter, I should be able to look up Horizon 5's. Oh, that's okay, okay. So why? Oh, that's why. All the Ryzen 5s are 6. Okay, let's grab Ryzen 7s then. 8 cores or whatever. So that's why I wanted to go. Because they can get 14. So we'll just head back to this. And we'll just grab another motherboard. Make sure it has at least... Make sure it has 4 memory slots. It has... It doesn't matter. Doesn't need Wi-Fi. Doesn't need ECC. It needs no. Needs 1 to 2 M.2 slots. DDR4. The chipset doesn't truly matter to me. And let's just make sure it's ATX. Grab that one. Oh. Well, that sucks. Okay, well, let's try this part again. Make sure it's something rated. Make sure it's at least 2 to 4 memory slots, and it has at least 1, not 2. All right. Well, does this have a BIOS update button on it, or does it have like a BIOS update button on it? Oh my god. Okay, so what if I get a working? What if I get a i5 12600K or like a 12? Yeah, let's make sure i5. So the difference between the 13500, the K, and the KF, the KF is cheaper, or not much more expensive. So look at the KF so we can overclock it. Well, we don't really need to overclock it though. So let's just get the 13500. I don't know why I'm laying on it. I was gonna take this. I don't know, it's on here. So I can actually just get back to where I was, like so-ish. I don't know. All right, so 13500. Keep that in. I guess we'll make sure it's like a B760. Make sure it has at least one M.2 slot. And then make sure it's ATX. I already have that. And make sure it's 2 memory, which is fine. All right, so B760. We don't need Wi-Fi. There we go. All right, so 1467 is really what we need. I already have some 120 fans, so we don't need those anymore. I am gonna get these 2 Noctua fans. Melanac Connect X, this. Essentially what we really need to try and figure out is the CPU and motherboard. So I wonder if I can get like some sort of deal at Micro Center for it. i5 13500. Hold on. Alright, so I want to find the 13500. They don't have the 13500. So let's just do the Intel Core i5. Yeah, we have the 13400, the 13600K. So let's hold on. Let's head back here. Raptor Lake. All right, well, let's take the 13600K for a little bit more. All right, now let's make sure we get the same motherboard. We want to get the Asus Prime. I'll bring this over here just so I can see it. So we want to have the Asus Prime. This one. So those two alone are gonna be $500. It's $50. It's $50 less on Amazon for the motherboard, but $20 less. No, so it's $50 less on Amazon for the motherboard and $20 less for the CPU at Micro Center. So obviously we'll want to go both ways there. So clearly just get that. Which we want this. I don't know if we could use 14 bays, which is why I was thinking about going with the 14. So that's 189 versus. Oh, I guess this is cheaper. Never mind. Okay, we've gotten way off track in the last 30 minutes, so let's get back to Crewin here. I mean, it was kind of related since we're trying to figure out version control, but I digress. All right, so we need wardrobe, one that does not clip through, like so, and then what can we put right there? We put like another nightstand right here. And that looks good. Yeah, I think that looks good. Does that flip? It just barely clips. I gotta bring this out. Just barely. There we go. Alright, cool. So that no longer clips. So this is somewhat done. I can't wait until I get more rugs. There you go. So let's play and see how it looks. So I'm on the backside, but whatever. Ooh. Am I not playing in 4K? I am. It's just... Alright. Oh, I actually didn't realize it was also the streaming at 1080p 60. That's not it. It was this side. Yeah, so something I changed off, not on the regular, I'm gonna turn this down so I can hear myself better. Something that I changed during, off live stream. NPCs can open the doors now, so they could actually leave the house if they ever so pleased. It's kind of glitchy, though. Another thing that's glitchy is the fact that I just can't walk around these idiots anymore. But yeah, this looks so far so good, and then when we can just do the good old-fashioned Control-C and Control-V over to the other side. I just gotta edit placements of a couple things. Forward a little bit. This should be just fine the way it was. Now we're in here for the inside, which we'll grab the other rug. Which I wonder if I can make variants of this. Well, let's. So I just created this SM rug 03. Can I make a? Is there like a tint? No, I'd have to make another rug material. Alright, so here's this new rug material I made. Alright, that did nothing. Well, obviously, I don't like lime green. We'd have to make it something like this. And then have rug 03. Alright, so what if I have it be double? Okay, so now what if I want to put that in here? There we go. We have a pink rug. So now we can make variants of this rug. Which makes things a little bit nicer, actually. I'm glad that I was able to figure out... Ooh, didn't mean to do that. There you go. Now we want to make this up against this wall over here, since it's going to be under the table. Kind of like so. Now I gotta do something here. Alright, where did I find table? Any of these? No, let's type in table here. Ah, here it is. I'll figure out how to add a way to sit at these tables soon. I have a kind of an idea, but it's part of a contractor job that will be posted at the end of the year. Because stuff like that will be done at the very end. First, I want to have first thing we're hiring is an environmental artist to fix this landscape, make it a lot nicer, maybe a little more a lot more detailed. They're gonna simplify the landscape material as well, so the textures will be the exact same, but they'll modify it so it's a lot less resource intensive. So the shaders might be better, which means it might be able to render a little bit better, but I am unsure yet. So that is just something that I'm waiting on hearing on how that's gonna be or what. So just do two things real quick here. Then just like that, close up the tabs on my phone. All right. So now we have all this here. We're actually gonna move this up against the wall, I'm guessing, because we need to add a stove that has fire on it. Like so. And then yeah, let's do blueprints and static meshes. Make this a little easier here. We'll add this shelf. Kind of up against the wall. Alright, cool. How many more of those houses are there? Because I'll just copy and paste it. That might be the only one of that variant. Oh, one right there. Alright, everything I just did. All of you. Will this be copied and pasted? Awesome. There you go. Alright, now we need doors. I don't have enough content browsers. There we go. Slide these in here like so. 1 and 2. Okay, well now all of these. Okay, this can be done. That moved, and all this can go to boom. Yeah, see, this is super tedious, but yeah. Well, it's been about an hour. I have to get myself ready still a little bit. I gotta eat lunch so before my shift. I gotta go do a couple other things before my shift. So I'll see you guys all later, and we'll see you guys in the next live stream or video.